Good morning. I am Sadhana Shrivastava, TGT English, KV number 1, Armapur, Kanpur. Today I have taken not so usual, or you can say not so conventional topic, because this video of mine is not restricted to any class. Student from any class can see my video and can be benefited by it, because the topic that I have taken is the appropriate use of seemingly similar words. There are certain pairs of words which seem to be very similar, and usually people don't realize the difference between them, but technically they are different, and because they don't know the use of the correct word, the students make mistake. So there are some words that seem to be similar in meaning but are slightly different in the usage. The meaning may be similar, but they cannot be used in the place of other. People usually make mistake in using these words because they don't know the technical difference between these two words. So I will try to clear the difference between these two words, to tell you the difference between pair of the words that are very means you can similar at first glance. So the first pair of words I have taken is games and sports. Games and sports have been the favorite period of the students. They wait for games period. So, but have you ever thought what is the difference between games and sports? Games are played for entertainment or enjoyment. They involve physical and mental activities or both. So, these are the characteristics of games. First thing is that games are played for personal entertainment, for enjoyment. They can be physical, they can be mental, or they can be both. And they follow a set of rules. Like you play video games. In video games, your mental activity is involved. You play Ludo, your physical activity is involved. Sports is combined with the nation or the team of individual. It means when a person plays for the prestige of his nation or his team, it is sports. Like if the hockey team of KV number 1 Armapur Kanpur is competing with KV number 2 Armapur, it is a sport. Why? Because the students of KV number 1 Armapur are playing for the prestige, for the honor of their team, that is KV number 1 Armapur. Indian cricket team plays for the honor of country. So the one difference is that games are played for personal entertainment and enjoyment, whereas sports is combined with the nation or the team of individual. Usually sports involve physical activity. I have told you that games may be mental or physical, but sports are usually physical activity. Then competition is involved with set of rules. Of course, when there is a competition, some rules are set to be followed by each team. So this is the difference between game and sports. Now, teacher and mentor. Every student is familiar with the term teacher because he is in contact with in association with a teacher. So any person who joins any institution, who gets formal education, he is familiar with the term teacher. Teacher shares his knowledge through instructions or explanation, and he usually gives formal education. The term mentor, you have come across this term in the reality show, in Dance India Dance or Indian Idol, where mentor term is used. So mentor also does the work of a teacher, but not imparting formal education. He advises, guides, and enhances the skill of any person. Skills means dancing, singing, or any skill. The mentor polishes the innate skill of a person. A teacher can teach everything. If a child comes to school, he doesn't know anything, and teacher imparts the education that when he leaves the school after doing his 12th class, he is able to write in Hindi, write in English, do mathematics, or whatever subject he has studied. The teacher has imparted him knowledge, but the mentor, he does not impart anything. He just polishes and brushes the innate skill of a person. Suppose I cannot dance. No mentor can teach me how to dance. But if I can sing, the mentor can polish my skill. He can tell me how to improve my skill, how I can sing better, advice and guidance, and enhancing the skill by polishing and brushing. This is the work of a mentor. Next is lawyer and advocate. This is also very confusing term. Many a times I have heard people saying that my grandfather is a lawyer. No, grandfather cannot be a lawyer. Grandfather can be an advocate. So lawyer is a person who is still in the process of learning law. That means a student of law. A person who is pursuing his LLB degree is a lawyer. He is not eligible to stand in the court and represent his client. But because he has knowledge of law, he can give you legal advice. So lawyer is a student who is still pursuing his LLB degree or LLM degree, whatever it is, and he cannot stand in the court and represent his client. Advocate is a person who has completed his study of law, who can stand in the court to represent his client. So you can say that advocate is the lawyer who has completed his studies, who has completed his education, his degree, and now he is eligible to fight a case for his client. Now syllabus and curriculum. Syllabus connotes the subject as well as the topic covered in the course of study. It is usually decided by the examination board. So syllabus is usually decided by examination board. For example, CBSE, ICSE or UP board or Delhi board, any board, it decides what type of subjects should be taught to the students and which topics would be covered in the particular subject in the particular year. For example, students of CBSE cannot opt commerce in class 9, but ICSE student can opt commerce. He is free not to study science in class 9. So this is decided by the examination board. Curriculum is a guideline of a chapters and the academic content covered by the educational system. So, educational system of a country, what should be the chapters, what should be the academic content throughout the country. It includes knowledge, attitude, method of teaching, assignments, project, physical and mental exercises, examination pattern, the assessment policy, co-curricular activities. Everything is concluded in curriculum and it is decided by the educational policy makers. So, you can say that syllabus is confined to a particular examination board or a particular school or a particular university, whereas curriculum includes national policy framework. Now next slide is student and disciple. This term, anybody who joins an institution, enrolls himself, follows the rule of that educational body, receives formal education, he appears in the examination and get pass certificate is a student. To be more clear, it means that any person who is enrolled with some school, with some university or a college, and he follows the rule of particular organization, he receives a formal education, he appears in the examination and he gets a pass certificate is a student. But a person who learns something from a teacher but not academics. You must have heard that Indian education system, ancient Indian education system, where there was a system of Guru and Shishya. So, Gurus used to impart the education to the disciple, but it is not necessary that he should teach the same thing to all his students. Right? So, usually a disciple gets intellectual and spiritual knowledge. A guru does not give or impart a formal education to a student, to a disciple. No exam or no degree is given to him, but he gets intellectual and spiritual knowledge from his guru, and it is not necessary that the guru imparts the same education, same lessons to all his disciples. Guru is free to decide which thing he should try to give to which student. Okay, so student and disciple is clear. Weather and climate. This is also a very confusing term. Weather is the condition of atmosphere over a short period of time. It is a short-term change in the climate in a specific area. It can change any time and varies rapidly. It means that a weather of a particular place can vary. Vary means differ very rapidly. In the morning, it is very hot. In the afternoon, it rains. So, the weather is rainy. And at night, the weather becomes cold. So, in a day, all three types of weather conditions may be in any city or in any place. So, it changes very rapidly, and it is over a short period of time. Suppose my son calls me and he may ask, Mama, how is the weather in Kanpur? And it is very hot. So I will say that the weather is very hot today. But if it rains heavily at the night and tomorrow the weather is very pleasant, the weather is cold. Whereas climate is the average weather condition of a particular place over a long time. So if we go to some foreign country, we may inquire how is the climate over there. So climate does not change so rapidly. It remains constant for a long period of time. Like climate of hill station is very cold. Climate of south of India is hot, but the weather may change. So weather and climate, I hope when you use these terms, you will be careful whether you are talking about a weather or the climate of a particular place. Now, pills and tablets. Whenever you are sick, you go to a doctor. Doctor prescribes you some medicine, and there are many colorful medicines, some round, some square, some rectangular, some oval. So pills are the small round oral dosage of medicine. So the medicine that we take as a pill is a round. This is the condition that the pill should be round and oral pill or oral dosage of medicine. Where all pills come under this category of tablets. They include all oral medicines including pills. So it may be round, it may be rectangular, it may be oval shape. It is tablet, and pills are only small dosage of medicine. Next comes guarantee and warranty. Whenever you go to purchase something, we often inquire what is the guarantee of this thing, or what is the warranty of this product. So guarantee is a promise or assurance that the product is of a best quality, and if guarantee is given to you and the product does not work properly, there is some malfunctioning, the product within the stipulated time product stops working, there is money back policy, money is returned. If guarantee is given, you can claim for money back. That means you can return the thing and you can get back the money. But warranty is usually a written guarantee for a product, and it promises to repair or replace the product within stipulated time. Suppose I have purchased a cell phone, and it is under warranty period. Its camera is not working, its mic is not working, or any malfunctioning is there. We can contact the company to repair the product or replace my product, but money will not be given to us. They will not provide the money back guarantee, because they have not my cell phone is not under the guarantee, it is under the warranty. If it is under guarantee, then I can claim for my money back, that I don't want this thing. So I hope that these terms are very clear to you, and whenever you use these terms, you will be careful. And some more terms are there. In my next video, we are going to discuss some more terms. Till then, thank you. Have a nice